Thank you so much for joining me on an early morning walk before it gets too warm. It really is gorgeous. And I recorded this a couple of days ago and realised I had recorded it in portrait instead of landscape because I didn't have my selfie stick with me. So I've tried to convert it, but failed dismally. So here we go again, version 2. And I'm looking out across a barbed wire fence onto a field of I don't know what. Here you can see the individual plants, all planted mechanically. Oh, for the days of scattering the seed. Gosh, that must have been a skillful job to get a reasonably even coverage. But there we can see the individual plants. But if we take a slightly different view, rotating relatively slowly, down there we can see the individual plants joining up to give rows of green with the brown soil in between. And if I come back this way again, we can see that lovely curve where they're going round the bend. A bit like me this morning with the barking of the dog next door. So beyond there, just green. And we can't see any of the brown. I'm looking from a distance. I'm not looking at the detail. And over here, there is a sort of fading from green to bits of brown in with it, depending on the slope of the field. So how we look at things, how we view what is the same thing, can be very different depending on the spin that we put on it. Okay, I'm going to step away from this barbed wire before I get hooked up on it and wander on down the lane, because I want to talk a bit about how I've been viewing things. Those of you who have been following me have heard me mention more than once that I was going for cataract surgery, and I had it last week. All went well. Strange procedure, but it went well. And I have one what I call new eye and one old eye. And I have to say that on the way to having my procedure, I did send up a thank you to the lens that was being replaced. A thank you for having served me well for 75 years. And as it was my mum's birthday, asked for her to send a hug down to me to help me through the day. So, as I say, all went well. But then a couple of days after I'd had the surgery, and I was putting the drops in, I had my glasses on, which I'm still struggling with, you know, because one eye is working differently to how it used to work, and teamwork is proving a bit difficult. But I looked at my face, not something I often do in a mirror. I looked at my face and realised that, yeah, I couldn't see any difference in the eyes. Fine. So I took my glasses off to put in the drops, And wow, it hit me like a sledgehammer. A real, as they say, thump in the guts. Because what I was seeing in the mirror with my new clear vision was a totally different picture to the one with the previous fuzzy cataract vision. That vision had been quite soft and gentle, had obviously smoothed out the wrinkles, which, with my new eye, suddenly became deep, more and more of them. And oh my giddy aunt, who's this old bird staring back at you? I felt as if I had aged 10 years. And it was the most unpleasant feeling. I actually felt physically sick. Put the drops in, put my glasses back on, and sat down for a good old talk to myself. That, hang on, yeah, this is how you, as I'm walking into the sun, I'm just going to turn and go back the way I've come. You are seeing you differently, but everybody else will be seeing me the same. So why was I judging myself so harshly? As far as I was aware, people hadn't been throwing up their hands in horror and going, ugh, and running away. And I'm not vain. I don't look in mirrors usually. I used to have a friend who could not pass a mirror without titivating her hair and checking her lipstick. But it took a lot of talking, a lot of self-talk, to get me to accept that this was just the external view, that I hadn't really changed, that it was just how I was seeing myself that had changed. Inside hadn't changed. It was just those wrinkles and furrows and facial, my smile lines, as I will continue to call them. And sometimes we can be our own worst enemy, overcritical. But I went on from the wrinkles to, oh my giddy aunt, the aim, the hope with this cataract surgery is not only will I be able to drive at night, drive in the sun, walk in the sun without my sunglasses and sun visor on, but also not to have to wear glasses for everyday wear, just wear them hopefully for reading and computer work. And then I thought, right, you looked at the wrinkles, take your glasses off again and have another look. And I'm looking at this face that has no eyebrows. My eyebrows, sadly, they disappeared virtually overnight with the stress caused by somebody who I thought cared for me, loved me, actually abused me repeatedly. Not physical, not sexual, rather emotional, ongoing, head pecking, confidence wiping away, self-esteem destroying abuse. So here I am, wrinkles appeared, eyebrows gone. Right, okay, I've just had a friend who has had a breast replacement, having had a mastectomy for cancer some years ago. And I was so delighted for her when this happened. So I'm going to turn that delight onto me as well, that I'm not having a procedure or something done for vanity. Rather, I'm replacing something that was lost. So there we are. I'm now looking into how this can be done because I'm hopeless at drawing them on. If I draw them on, there's one up high, one down low. Scrub them off and away we go. So is it microblading? But I need to look into it. I don't want to have two big slugs on my forehead. They've got to fit in with my colouring, my age. So I will be doing some research. See if I have the courage to go ahead with this process. But thank you for listening to my wittering. And I hope that you can be a lot kinder to yourself than I seemingly have been to me the past couple of weeks. But I'm getting there. I'm getting there. Nagging myself to get there. So I shall continue on my walk on this beautiful morning and say take care, look after yourself, and I'll speak to you again soon. And if anybody's had any experience of anything like microblading, can you send me a message and let me know how it went? Bye for now. Bye.